Hello and welcome to Sean JCW Gaming. This is episode 8 of our Let's Play through Dark Souls. We're going to head to the next area that we are supposed to go to, that door that we unlocked but you didn't actually see us unlock. Anyway, but before we went there I needed to show this off. Hang on, we can't light this bonfire because the firekeeper is absent. I wonder what's up with the firekeeper. Now when we come down here we find that actually the firekeeper doesn't seem to be there, but something has been left. So we find basically our clothes and a black eye orb, and finally we should also get, oh no, we don't get it. I thought we got our soul as well. I thought we were supposed to get a firekeeper soul. Maybe that's later. Anyway, the dude that we saved from the prison cell, Lautrec, he has returned the favour that we gave to him by killing this firekeeper and thus making the game much more difficult for us. So that is annoying, exceptionally annoying, but the reason I had to show this is because once we go into the next couple of areas there's no like coming back. You just have to kind of continue on there, and that's actually where we'll find that guy and be able to seek vengeance for what he has done. And it's actually a really difficult fight, but I'll talk about that more once we actually get there. For now, we're actually going to head back up to the blacksmith, and I'm not going to make a cut or anything. I'm just going to run there quickly, because if I make a cut then it means I have to put the video into Sony Vegas in order to do that, so it gives me an extra like 3 hours of rendering that I could probably do without if I have a video that has no cuts or edits, which is rare, but if I have that then I can actually upload the video straight to YouTube, and that makes things just a lot more convenient. This is not going to add much time to it at all, but in saying that I am wanting to keep this video kind of as short as possible, because I am planning on getting through the whole of Sen's Fortress in this one video, which is a harrowing task. Is because Sen's Fortress takes a long time if you've not went through it before, and in addition, like, there's a lot to explore there, and I encourage you that when you go through the area for yourself, explore as much as possible. But the exploration can kind of be a wee bit boring. So I'm going to not explore as much as I usually would playing through the game, and I'm just going to like get through it and show you kind of it all. But definitely, if you're going through it for yourself, explore as much as possible, because it is a fantastic area of the game for that. Both inside and on top of Sen's Fortress, there's a lot of things to discover. I'm just going to go to the boss as quickly as possible. So we hear that familiar tinking. We're not actually going to... Actually, are we going to go and see the blacksmith? What's my... It's an Uchigatana +9. That'll do. I don't need to upgrade it anymore. I've just realised that I don't actually have a Drake Sword anymore, and I need to, you know, kind of get that out of my head, because it does slightly more damage than this, but not much more. So this is the big door that you didn't actually get to see open. I can assure you that you really missed out on not seeing that. It was very exciting watching this door open. Not really. You never missed out much, so I don't feel too bad about that cutscene not being there. And we are going to be introduced to actually possibly my favourite... Oh gosh, I angered both of them at once. I did not mean to do that. But let's do this. There are lots of traps in Sen's Fortress, but I like to use the traps against the creatures that are in here, and as you can see, this guy's nearly dead because I stood in that trap and got it to shoot him with arrows. These are actually one of my favourite enemies in the game. Why are they one of my favourite enemies in the game? They look awesome. They do have quite a lot of health and they hit pretty hard, but they are the easiest enemy in the game to backstab. I mean, seriously. Like, he hits there? Well, that was my fault. I had a perfect opportunity to backstab, I just, you know, mucked it up. That was human error, not their error. So that's him dead. So fairly easy enemies to fight as long as you fight them one at a time. If you have more than like one on you at once, you can find things very, very difficult. Also, they're made slightly more difficult by what we're about to see in a second. Cool thing about Sen's Fortress, which I hated the first time I played through it, but love now every other time, because it just looks so cool. Thin bridge, swinging axes. Like, this is awesome. Obviously, if you get hit by them, you're going to fall down there and probably die. This drop won't actually kill you here. I could drop off there and survive, and there is actually a way to get out of that hole. And I forgot about that guy shooting lightning at me, so I'm going to continue. There's a lot of stuff like this in Sen's Fortress. Just like lots of traps, lots of thin bridges and swinging axes, and lots of just guys shooting at you when you're trying to deal with the horrible situation that is in front of you. But once you get past the initial kind of, like, once you get through it a few times and you stop being mad at it, you appreciate it for what it is, and it's like, no, I died. Really? I just killed myself. Anyway, well, I guess the advantage of that is that once I go back through Sounds Fortress, I'm not going to be human, so no risk of being invaded. And that's actually probably a good thing, because I don't particularly want to spend too much time getting invaded, but that is going to add some time to the video, which I was not wanting to do. So yeah, take a bit of advice from me. Don't do that. Don't just try and strafe around a lizard dude and then fall off the edge of the bridge. And of course I didn't survive that fall after saying I would, because I wasn't at full health. Oh, I did not mean to trigger that so quickly. Now, yeah, why are they both triggering at the same time? They're supposed to trigger one at a time. They do have this jump attack, which is really annoying. Unfortunately, he did not choose to do it. I think I'm going to be able to kill this guy like that. Is that a little bit easier? Yep, that's the jump attack. It actually has an incredible range. They can, like, stand on that stairs, you can be standing at that door, and they'll hit you no bother. It's crazy. I didn't think lizards were that good at jumping, but shows what I know. So anyway, we're going to get quickly back to where we were. Fortunately, we weren't too far through Sans Fortress before that happened. Otherwise, I would have had to have done I would have had to have done a lot of backtracking, and that would not have been fun. Oh gosh. Right, let's try and fight this guy the way you're supposed to fight, which is sensibly. Okay. You just kind of wait for him to attack, and then you take your attack when it's available, and yeah, you just backstab him by complete accident and kick him off the edge of the bridge, so that if he didn't die from the backstab, he will definitely die from the fall. Fortunately, I don't feel too bad about losing. Like, I essentially lost to humanity because I spent one to go human, and now I'm going to have to spend another one to go human, but I have so much spare that I'm not bothered at all, because if I die twice, I'm going to lose all that anyway, so I might as well take the counter down and not feel so bad when that inevitability comes. This guy's really annoying because there's not much you can do about him until you get here, and I nearly got myself hurt there. Oh gosh. Another problem with these guys is... Oh, I triggered that by accident. Another problem with these guys is, like my Uchigatana, one of the best things about it is it causes bleed. These guys themselves actually cause bleed, and that is a very big problem, because my bleed will take off 30% of their health. Their bleed will do the same, and it's it can be really bad for you. I'm gonna ignore that guy there now. There's a better way to kill him. I love this moment. He'll get back up, I think, but I'm actually going to hide in here because that's not the only boulder. One of the kind of traps Sans Fortress asks you to deal with is these, like, massive boulders that try and knock you down, and you have to Indiana Jones style, like, dodge past them and get to where you're going. So I'm actually going to wait for one more boulder to come down, and then after that boulder comes down, I'm going to run through it. And it's so tempting to go up there and get the stuff that is going to be in that room, but I'm going to ignore it for now. That Man Serpent Greatsword is actually... Oh wait, I forgot to get a curved sword. Oh gosh. I wanted a curved sword and don't actually have one. That's fine, I'm not going to go back for that now. I'll just continue on with my mistake and compensate for it later. Die, please. Oh gosh. We're okay. And, like, most of the time you just have, like, quite epic fights with these guys. It's, like, not usually the hardest of fights, even though I've already died with one of them, but they're just, like, really awesome fights. Like, this is one of my favourite areas of the game, because it is all this just... Oh, I can't make that. I left it too late. It is just a really awesome place, because it's so... There's so many things here that are just, like, so catching to the eye, but at the same time, like, challenging, and it's just all around a good experience being here. You know, dodge out of the way of this, and probably... No, I thought it was going to land in my head. Do I want to open this up? Maybe. I've actually gotten through this area fairly quickly, so I think I can afford to spend some time doing other things than actually rushing to the boss, because, trust me, it's not far away. So I may as well, like, I like to show off most of the NPCs. Oh gosh, I've made a mistake. Yeah, because that's going to come down. I need to run back up there and make sure that doesn't actually land on... Oh gosh! That doesn't actually land in my head. So let's do that. That would be a sensible thing. See, people say I'm not sensible, but, you know, I tell you now, they are wrong. They are wrong. There is a chest, which I kind of want to get the contents of, just to kind of warn you of, like, the trap that is around there. Because it is actually, there are some things in the game, although I love Dark Souls and I love the fact that it is unfair and it is full of just things that are horrible, like lots of traps and stuff. Things that are really frustrating. That's part of the charm of it, but there are some things that are just like, really, you did that. Like, it's basically the...
Oh, shoot. A rare thing in these times. I am Logan. I'm a bit cooped up, as you can see. I have a bright idea. Suppose you set me free. I'm old and empty-handed, but I could repay you with knowledge and sorcery. This place is melting my mind. The inactivity is repressive.
I think, yes, I have the master key, so I can actually open that door. That's really useful. If you don't have the master key, you have to go into the main bit of Sounds Fortress and pick up a key for it.
Thank you. I'm saved. And I'm about to resume my travels.
Okay, we're done with him. He's going to go back to Firelink Shrine. I'm just going to move on and pick up this one here. So that's Big Cat Logan. He's a very powerful sorcerer, and the reason I want to show off getting him is because if you are a sorcerer in the game, then I believe you can get some good sorceries off of him. I've never actually... I do have a sorcerer character, but I haven't got to the point where I've actually unlocked him, so I don't know like if the spells he gives you is better, or if he even sells spells at all. But the fact that he's boasting about the spells he can sell is leads me to believe that he does actually have some. I kind of want to go down there and get that Shotel, but it's going to cause a lot more problems than it's worth. There's a good weapon down there that I actually want to get, but I'm going to ignore it for now. And I'm also going to ignore that dude. Whoa! I didn't want to just run out there. I need to just make sure, because that boulder, although I changed its direction, actually changes by itself as well. But it hit that guy there, so I'm going to just take a risk and go for it. Is it going to hit me? No, it's still going to be that way, that's fine. Okay, what else do I want to do before I move on? Nothing else, I don't think. We'll just go and get to the boss as soon as possible, and I hope I haven't wasted too much time here. This trap, just run. Just keep running and don't look back, and you'll be fine. If you stop and try and shield against those arrows, you're probably gonna die. So just run. Okay, very thin bridge, but we just... Oh! Oh no 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 no! Oh, that was so close. I forgot that you have to actually just run through that bit as quick as possible. Oh gosh. Yeah, just run through that trap. Don't make life difficult for yourself like I just did there. That was really tense and I nearly died from just silly mistakes. The reason I'm killing this guy is because he actually sneaks up behind you if you don't get him now. And also, I love how backstabs on these guys aren't actually backstabs. You just stab them right in their butt. It's quite amusing. And I actually want to come down here because something that is very valuable to me right now is large Titanite shards. I think that's what they're called. And I can get another 2 from this dead body here, which will help in upgrading my weapon and also my shield and future things that I want to upgrade. I will eventually want to upgrade my armor and all that. Large Titanites help a great deal. You can buy them from various places. Get off. But it's just much more, oh gosh, convenient getting some for free. And I forgot this thing was going to follow me. These guys are super annoying because they seem to inflict bleed really quickly, and I've also got those lightning attacks, which can be quite infuriating. Okay. So if you don't have pyromancy by this point, you are going to feel like a big dummy when you turn the corner and see this dude. Now, you won't get to experience the true annoyance of that dude, but the thing is, like, there's that axe bridge there. Once you come to it for the first time, you're just like, okay, how do I deal with this? This is an extremely thin bridge. But then in addition to that, you've got that dude shooting lightning at you, which knocks you off the bridge, and usually it's just really horrible because you just die. And if you don't have pyromancy or like a bow and arrow, there's no real way to deal with him other than to just sprint across the bridge and hope for the best, which is not a tactic you want to be relying on. But anyway, we're now at the upper bit of Sen's Fortress. This area, there is actually quite a bit to explore, but you can also just speed through it really quickly, because this is like, I say, 5-10 minutes and the video is going to be over. Because the boss fight here, it's not the hardest boss fight in the game. In fact, it can end up going ridiculously quickly sometimes. Also, they hide this bonfire. Do you know how horrible that is the first time you play through the game? Really horrible, because you don't even know about it. And you think, oh, like, this is incredibly a long time to be going without a bonfire. Yeah, that's why they give you a bonfire, but they hide it. But that's Dark Souls, you just have to live with it. I'm gonna kindle it. Oh no, I didn't want to leave, I wanted to kindle it. As I said, getting that humanity counter down just makes me feel less bad when I actually lose it. Yeah, that's them hiding bonfires, that's just Dark Souls. That is the nature of the game. You should know that going into it, but fortunately if you've seen this video you actually will know about that bonfire. You could just go to it right away. Other people who played through the game, like I've seen like videos watching people play through the game and just in the comments like, I played through this game 4 times or whatever, I've been to Sen Fortress 4 times and I've never once known about that bonfire, and they're just like pure hating themselves. There's a dude down there I can fight. I'm not going to bother fighting him because, as I said, like, I'll leave the exploration up to you. This is actually a really good place to explore, so I encourage you to explore as much of it as possible. But for now, don't do anything, because if you would have caught a glimpse of that big golem dude in the corner there, he is actually shooting, throwing giant fireballs down on me. And if they hit you, they will do an incredible amount of damage. That's why I'm not going to go and fight the boss right now, because he will continue to throw those giant, like, cannon fireballs at you while you're fighting the boss. So you need to go and kill him first. Well, before you fight the boss, and really before you do any exploration, because it's just much more difficult if you don't do that. Okay, and another cool thing kind of about the surface is there's not actually that many enemies. You can explore fairly safely. And it's just, I don't know, it's a cozy area, if that makes any sense whatsoever. Yeah, lots to discover, so don't do what I'm doing. I encourage you to explore, but I am going to summon this NPC to help me, because it just makes this boss fight go a lot quicker. Like, otherwise it could be very laborious, and, like, I'm fairly confident, like, I am confident I can defeat most of these bosses without the NPC help, because it's just rinsing and repeating the same thing over and over again, but that gets boring to watch and boring to actually play after a while, so I'd rather just summon the NPCs in to help out, but not completely take away from the experience. There will be plenty of bosses that we'll have to fight on our Nigel, but for now, we might as well get help when we can get it. And I encourage you to do that as well. You can try and fight the boss by yourself, like, sure, go for it. If you're just fighting him for the first time, then that's actually not a bad strategy, because you won't be used to the patterns, so learning them will be part of the fun. But once you know the patterns, it's just kind of rinse, repeat, and, you know, it stops being fun after a while, as I've said. So this is the guy we gotta kill. And as you can, I don't know if you're seeing, like, the kind of crazy damage Tarkus can do, but he is really strong and he can pretty much tank the boss and take him out by himself, so I feel kind of bad for summoning him. If you're just fighting the boss by yourself, as I said, it does take a long time, so I'd rather just get him help. Okay, so here we go, our boss for Sen's Fortress. Like, even without Tarkus' help, this is not a particularly challenging boss, probably one of the easiest in the game. Or maybe that's a far push. The problem with this guy is he's got incredible knockback, and as you can see, there's no edges to this arena. He can knock you right off of it. But the safest place to be against this boss and most other bosses is just kind of right underneath him. I don't know if you can see there. Like, see how much damage I'm doing? Ah, damn it, he grabbed me. This is a big problem because he can throw pretty far, and he didn't throw that far at all, actually. He also does a lot of damage. I'm just wanting to not die. Tarkus is distracting him. Like, you see how much damage I'm doing, and then you see how much damage Tarkus does? It's incredible. But as I said, like, fairly sure I could get through this. I'm not showing that very well right now. I seem to be struggling quite a bit. But I am fairly sure I can beat this boss without Tarkus' help. It would just take forever, as I mentioned. You know, Iron Golem's a good fight. As you can see, like, you already see the tactic I will be using for the remainder of this fight. And not much else. Oh no! I just rolled off the edge. I just rolled off the edge. Really? Really? That's infuriating. Okay, so I don't know what Frapp's problem is with recording boss battles, but every time I defeat a boss, it just doesn't seem to want to work, and it just deletes that recording. So I did defeat the boss with the other character, but it didn't record, so I have to record it with this character. So it's a new day, literally, because I had to wait till the following day to record it, because it was too late to start over again by the time I got this character up to the point it needed to be. Anyway, I'm going to stop on it, and I'm just going to go in here and just deal with it. This might happen, like, I've got a lot of characters kind of up to the same point. I basically got the character that you usually watch, and then like 3 other characters at this point. Just they happen to kind of be there. So from now on I will always have spare characters to record boss fights, or in fact anything else that just doesn't happen to record. So if you're planning on making videos for yourself, you know, it's always good to have backup plans like that. This guy looks a little bit more cool because he's got this awesome shield and this awesome helm, this Pimpin' Boar helm. But I think like just everything's not as good, I don't think. The shield isn't as good as the one I've got before. I don't know how to explain things. Oh gosh, that guy's gonna grab me. But regardless, this character is fairly close to the guy I've got in the main series. Oh, we staggered the Iron Golem. This is what I was wanting to happen the other times. This is why I say, like, Iron Golem, usually ridiculously easy, because we can usually just do this, and actually he's fallen in a really bad place. Because I'm actually finding it quite difficult to kill. If I just attacked him from the left-hand side, I probably would have fallen off the cliff. Don't want to make that mistake again. It was just a little unfortunate because the Iron Golem itself nearly fell off the cliff, and that would have been really awesome. Since he's nearly dead, I'm just going to kind of go to town with him with these great combustions and have the screen die on me. Yes! We did it! Okay. So, of course, when I say a boss is going to be ridiculously easy, then it's going to be the hardest boss I've ever faced in the entire game, but we've eventually done it. Tarkus did a good job there. And as you can see, when all goes well, not a hard boss. If you get him staggered, then it's pretty much like just, it's sad really watching him suffer. But anyway, that's just done. I love this character. Maybe I'll just continue the game with this character. Nah, I think I'm gonna stick with the original one because this guy's levels are all wrong and I don't like it. But anyway, thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like. It does help out a great deal. And we are gonna head to Anor Londo next, which is possibly the best area of the game. It's just the most epic. So, lots of exciting things ahead in the next episode, and hopefully, I will see you next time.